Howdy, folks. Live from Big Top, Chautauqua, welcome to another episode of Tent Show Radio. I can't believe another year's gone around. Is at a big top I see there high above the ground. Ballyhoo. Oh, ballyhoo. Funding support for Tent Show Radio is provided by the Bayfield Inn. Stay, dine, and relax year-round on the shoreline of Lake Superior in downtown Bayfield. Any traveler, any season, any meal, your view awaits. More info at bayfieldinn.com. Tent Show Radio is also funded by a grant from the Green Bay Packers Foundation. And we're brought to you by Bayfield County Tourism. Find out how to get in touch with your inner wild at travelbayfieldcounty.com. And here's your host of Tent Show Radio, best-selling author, humorist, and singer-songwriter, Michael Perry.
Howdy, folks, and welcome to Tent Show Radio from Lake Superior, Big Top, Chautauqua. Tonight, we turn the tent over to the man who originally raised this tent, the one and only Warren Nelson. At Intermission, I'll share a story about my godson and a bulldozer. Folks, the show you're about to hear emanates from a special space and a special place. The Big Top is just that, a grand blue and pearl gray striped canvas beauty suitable for a circus, but in this case home to a history of live performance centered on the stage. The Big Top seats are set directly on the earth, and what a spot of earth it is, high atop a hill overlooking beautiful Bayfield, Wisconsin, Lake Superior, and those all-natural waterbound wonders, the Apostle Islands. If you enjoy that vision, if you enjoy what you hear over the course of the next hour and want to see and experience it firsthand, please get to know us at www.bigtop.org. It sounds beautiful up here because it is beautiful up here. You ought to come on up.
What song we gonna sing, boys? Yeah, I wonder where the big cheese is. This is gonna sleep late on the day of the tent raising.
Well, folks, this old tent may be magical, but it didn't just pop up here by magic. It arrived as most good and enduring things do through a combination of vision and hard work. The person at the center of that vision is at center stage tonight, joined by longtime friends and musicians of the tent, Severin Behnen, Otis McLennan, Tom Mitchell, Jack Gunderson, and Ed Willet. Ladies and gentlemen, he's a songwriter extraordinaire, as original as the Big Top itself, and naturally so, as he's the one who thunk it up. Please welcome Warren Nelson.
Just as soon play my music at home. Sometimes you people, you make me nervous. Every time I see the microphone, I get afraid of my own songs. Know the words and music don't come easy. Somehow they always come just in time. Up and down my thinking, it's hard to make everyday rhyme. If you happen to like my songs, please sing them back to me. Any way you know how. Paint me a picture, build me a boat, bake me a loaf of bread. lot of good things to give. I know I leave myself wide open. You can read me like an open book. Another song turns the page. Another day takes a good look. If you happen to like my songs, please sing them back to me. Any way you know how. Paint me a picture, build me a boat, bake me a loaf of bread. We all have things to bring out, lot of good things to give. 1, 2, 3, 4. My throat as if some large bird startled my name, and the flock of small song that is me rose from the grove to praise this amazing air. Happen to like my songs, please sing them back to me. Any way you know how. Picture, build me a boat, bake me a loaf of bread. We all have things to bring out, lot of good things to give. Take a short break. We'll be right back. Anyway, this song I wrote when I looked around and realized that I am an analog man.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
Well, I love my LPs, and you could have your CDs. And I love my old tube radio. You could have your digital TV. I love my cassettes and 8-tracks. I'm staying back where I belong. My turntable goes around and round. I love that circle and scratchy sound when I finger drop that needle down. I'm like to go swinging straight into town. It's automatic when the record drops. I bop, bop, bop to the record shop. I'm an analog man.
He's an analog man.
I'm an analog man.
He's an analog man.
Long as I stand, I'll be an analog man.
He's an analog man.
This is good enough for Severin Behnen. It's good enough for me. that stereo. Give me some hi-fi fidelity. All your 33 long play albums, and you can give them all to me. Come on over anytime you want. We'll jump to the records and we'll roll and rock. I'm an analog man. Tell me what I am. Tell me what I am. Tell me what I am. If it's good enough for Otis, it's good enough for me. All my movies on VHS. That time o'clock, I never learned to set. 12 o'clock, 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 12 o'clock. It's always 12 o'clock. By the juke, buck the juke ad to the speed of 45. 6 plays for $1. The A and B side, spin and jive. I sip a Coca-Cola while my wolf dola roller, never 78. I'm an analog man. I'm an analog man. Long as I stand, I'll be an analog man. You can be my digital woman. I'll be your analog man. You can be my digital woman. I'll be your analog man. Rock and roll. What would my mom say now if she knew I was playing rock and roll?
One, two, three, four. My lot in life is in the city, but I'm dreaming half the day of the next open minute I can up, get, go away. On the road out of town, the wind comes in when I roll my window down. I need a little time on the water to rock and roll this little boat of my soul. I'm not sure at the stop sign if I'm turning left or right. There's nothing left of me right here, so you won't see me tonight. Oh, the next day, 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 oh, the day after that. I need a little time on the water to rock and roll this little boat of my soul. Smuggling and I'm wiggling like some minnow being chased. I'm live bait for the blues, I'm out of here post haste. On the billboard there's a muskie and a bottle of line is red. I'll have both tonight before I roll over in my bed. I need a little time on the water to rock and roll this little boat of my soul. Yeah, my driveway this week is 500 miles long. 500 miles like that old folk song. Yes, I'm 500 miles from my home. Hallelujah, I'm long gone. I love to hear that. I'm all alone, nobody knows me. Lonesome whistle blow. is where I go. Wayward up to Hayward's rivers, lakes, and reservoirs. Or north of Boulder Junction, land of lakes, I come alive. Or north I come again, sweet home Chequamegon. I need a little time on the water to rock and roll this little boat of my soul. Yeah, when I win the Powerball, I'm buying every boat that's for sale. And a little cabin up along some little wild Minnesota trail. Send my mail there where every morning when I'm awake, I'm just a pair of waders and one step from the lake. I need a little time on the water to rock and roll this little boat of my soul. Yeah, I need a little time on the water to rock and roll this little boat of my soul.
McClellan.
Thank you.
It means a lot to me that you came out tonight. Thank you so much.
Tattoo, it will commemorate you for all those wild and woolly charms you have dangled in my arms. How many times have I said, let's spend the weekend in bed? Forget about those jerks you work with. Come home, I'll bedraggled, babe, from haggling on the phone. Your ear is red and cauliflower. You look nothing like your old self. Fill your cheeks with chocolate, take off those funny shoes. We'll waltz your blues until they all evaporate. Those sailor boys have dragons from the ports of Vietnam. Them black jacket Harley riders have red hearts that beat for mom. Me, I want a mermaid that wiggles on my arm. You're gonna see a little more of her when the weather gets warm.
We're having a lot of fun up here tonight. Hi, I'm out of cash. Just paid my tab at Patsys Bar. When I die, don't put me in the ground. Put my ashes in the ashtray and drop me around. Drop me around this old town that slowly drove me crazy. Well, stop at Patsys Bar first. Sprinkle some on a bar stool where I sat in my infinite wisdom most every afternoon. Throw some more on the floor where my brain cells went to die. Raise a glass to my name, to my last big bye-bye. Do we even know who and where we are? We are human seekers peeking through the glass down at Patsys Bar. Do we even know who and where we are? We are strangers, friends, neighbors to the end down at Patsys Bar. Well, Florence comes in at 4 o'clock, sits same place with her can of pop. Electric Alan, Chris, and Sue are there, and Homer's in and out. What's he down to now? Mike comes in after work. That's Patsy's son, if you don't know. Kathy's off driving around in that stupid van, who knows? Candy says Jimmy's coming home for the Northern New Year's Sons of Bunyan meeting. Jimmy, my son, he the king of fun. He the big kahuna, he drink like a tuna. Patsys Bar's for sale. 30 years she was here through thick and fun. All good things coming on, baby. The old lady done. Do we even know who and where we are? We are human seekers seeking through the glass down at Patsys Bar. Do we even know who and where we are? We are strangers, friends, neighbors to the end down at Patsys Bar. Okie dokie, here comes Andy Okie and McGinley fresh from the stable. Well, laughing at Jack's old jokes again. Homer there at the table. Today I'm here first, and Kirsten is tending to my thirst. Here's a tip: don't talk politics or sports when the bar's full throttle on the bottle. Hey, Patsy, put her on my tab. One more and I gotta go. One more and I gotta go. One more and I gotta go. Patsy pouring margaritas and all kind of beer and wine and things that fizz. Remember, even before you're born, Patsy knows who your daddy is. Do we even know who and where we are? We are human seekers peeking through the glass down at Patsys Bar. Do we even know who and where we are? We are strangers, friends, neighbors to the end down at Patsys Bar. Hey, Severin. Everybody on the chorus. On 1978, Bruce Burnside booked Lost Nation gig at Archie's Supper Club in Washburn. We hurried up Highway 13, the Greenway, to Washburn, Wisconsin, where I had never been before. Tell me what kind of goof in this goofy world would paint their bar orange. Well, I stopped in for a burger and a Walters on tap. Wasn't long, we all moved up. Good grief. 35 years passed. I'll look back at those 35 years. I've really come far. I've moved my seat by my 2 feet to the other end of the bar. the end down at Patsys Bar. Sing it if you know it. We even know who and where we are. We are human seekers peeking through the glass down at Patsys Bar. Do we even know who and where we are? We are strangers, friends, neighbors to the end down at Patsys Bar.
Now there's an ending.
Yes.
Write that down.
Never hear another one like it.
Let's do that ending again. Should have never said that.
From the Big Blue Tent, high above the Big Blue Lake, you are listening to Tent Show Radio. Tent Show Radio is a production of the nonprofit Lake Superior Big Top Chautauqua, the Carnegie Hall of Tent Shows.
Welcome to Intermission, folks. One day last summer, I picked up my 8-year-old godson at his grandparents' house, knowing it was my duty to entertain him for much of the next 48 hours. Above all, the boy loves baseball, so I scheduled time for us to play hit and catch down at the neighbor's farm ball field. But as baseball is neither my avocation nor my forte, I knew I'd need some filler. Unbeknownst to my traveling companion, I had reserved a bulldozer. Oh, I have connections. I know some people. Within 20 minutes of our arrival, the youngster was ear-muffed and blading dirt and trash wood under the careful guidance of the dozer's owner in the seat beside him. My godson has not been raised a roughneck, so I knew not what to expect. But his fully engaged gaze and hypnotic half-grin suggested we were on the right track, an assessment confirmed by his beaming thumbs up when the ride concluded. Next, it was off to inspect a sawmill, where he set to cleaning sawdust off the sawyer's platform. Then a towering deer stand set atop 3 telephone poles caught his eye, and it was off across the 40 to climb the ladder. We paused en route to sample soybeans off the stem. The boy had never seen them in that state. It was great fun to watch his eyes widen at the reveal when I popped the first fuzzy green pod. He surprised me when he said they tasted good. The deer stand provided a fine view and an introduction to raccoon poop. Then it was back across the 40 to sit in a miniature 2-seater biplane made from a large plastic drum, soup cans, and genuine aircraft fabric. Also reviewed were a log skidder, an excavator, and a dump truck. Then a real airplane in a nearby hangar, although the pilot was not available. Maybe next time we fly. After a tour of an informal skull and antler museum and a peek through a spotting scope, we headed out on a footpath that led us down to a creek, where for the next hour the youngster played non-stop with water and a stick, proving once again that the basics are best. Next, we stopped at a farm with a barn with a haymow, the best sort of gymnasium. We also visited a boutique lumbering operation where the proprietor demonstrated a wood planer, and when the boy waded barefoot through the shavings, he recognized them as the same we used to line our chicken coop nesting boxes, which, the moment he and I returned home, he ran to and raided for all of their eggs, this for him being a novelty, not a chore. By the time he was packing up to leave 2 days later, we had fed the neighbors' ducks and koi, played a solid hour of apple golf, followed by apple batting practice, practiced guitar, toured the back 40 and saw more deer stands, and hauled a load of firewood. This doesn't even address the time spent in games and reading and adventures with his auntie and cousin. I do not share this story so as to claim credit for the richness of our field trip. Rather, I am writing my gratitude for the richness of those around me and their willingness to share of that richness through experience. Around the time my godson was climbing into the minivan to leave, I realized we hadn't made it to the baseball field. Somehow, it never came up. And now we toss the ball back to the big top stage for more music from Warren Nelson and friends.
Won't you glove these lonesome fingers? Won't you hold this lonely hand? Tell me again that you love me. Tell me again that I'm your man. We'll go down the long time road, together getting old. My lover, pal, friend to the end. Never when we were young did we think we would ever come to these so-called golden years. The hour is on the run. Well, look who's here in the rearview mirror. Pair of long-time lovers as the years went flying by, carrying you and I on the long highway of time we traveled on. Let's get it while we can. Hey, with tomorrow, take the good with the sorrow. That day you came walking my way, and with love at first, hey, can we see each other again? How about tonight, under the full moonlight, stroll along the sands of the big lake, as the years went flying by, carrying you and I on the long highway of time we traveled on. Let's get it while we can. Hey, with tomorrow, take the good with the sorrow. Fingers, won't you hold this lonely hand? Tell me again that you love me. Tell me again that I'm your man. We'll go down this long time road. Lover, pal, my friend. A little poem by Mason Williams. I love you for loving me. You love me because you do. So much in love are we. You could kiss you and I could kiss me.
Okay.
All right, we're going to feature Tom Mitchell now. This song is on a CD that Carolyn Sneed produced that we recorded in 2004 at Patsys Bar in Washburn. A place that I hardly ever went to.
I mean, you hardly ever left.
Anyway, Patsy was a wonderful person. And We recorded this album there. We actually had 2 album set, and it's probably my favorite double recordings of anything I've ever put out. So it's called The Backyard Blues. So long bye-bye to these backyard blues, leaving by the open gate. I love, hate all that's happened around here. To our relations I can no more relate. I might turn around at the end of this town, take one last look at the view, wherein maybe I was too little of me, and you were way too much of you. I'm gonna throw these shoes in this orchard. They remind me of where I have been. One step at a time, I'll waltz my new mind to the new music just coming in. Barefoot I go in the noonday show, jumping for chance in this way. Walking these backyard blues by the hill, back to some beginning again. 6 miles, it says, to the harbor. Left on this road about face. If Doug would just drive me back down to Cleveland, I'd get back to my life on the lake. Out on that big water till it freeze up. Let those damn nor'easters roll from the deck of this 1,000-foot freighter. This cargo of sorrow I'll unload. So long, bye-bye to these backyard blues. I'm leaving by the open gate. I love, hate all that happened around here. To our relations I can no more relate. But I just might turn around at the end of this town and take one last loving look at the view, wherein, yes, I was too little of me. You were way too much of you. Tom Mitchell. Thank you.
south wind will draw her to Texas. New darling, deep lover of mine. She won't be back till whenever. Red hearts start marking time. Nobody knows how little trouble I've seen between the night and the evening we met. Here comes that sweet depression. I'd rather raise a little pain and forget. I'd rather raise a little pain and forget. First I fell into her shadow. It was laid like a hole on the wall. It was cool when I stood beside her. Too hot otherwise in the hall. Won't you meet me, my snake, by the big lake tonight, when the town is all gone to bed? Lay me down in the sand, I'm your freshwater man, while the stars tilt and roll overhead. I'd rather raise a little pain than forget. The south wind will draw her to Texas. New darling, deep lover of mine. She won't be back till whenever. Red hearts start marking time. Nobody knows how little trouble I've seen between tonight and the evening we met. Here comes that sweet depression. I'd rather raise a little pain than forget. I'd rather raise a little pain than forget. I'd rather raise a little pain than forget.
Jack Gunderson.
Thank you.
The song was written in 1971. I left a 10-story window, as I said. Before I moved to Colorado, I bought me a Volkswagen little station wagon, a diesel, and and I was trying to sell my sound equipment, and so I was trying to drive home to Fairmont to visit my folks, and of course the engine blew up. So I hitchhiked back to Minneapolis, and then my friends stayed at my friend's house, and he told me, you know, there's a contest in the bowling alley, the Crystal Mist in St. Paul. It's a talent contest. The winner wins $50. This is my most successful song. I won the $50. There was a lady doing bird calls that night that we should have won, but I took the money. Into the western wind, up the Missouri, Jefferson sent us to the ocean.
The Pacific, over the Rocky Mountains.
This side of the Great Divide, the short grass was black with the back of the buffalo.
Green room to run, green room to run.
Some say 60 million ran in the middle country. Gangs of wolves and coyotes following the grizzlies. Oh, yo-ho, buffalo. My name is Yo-ho, buffalo. Now the buffalo chews its cud, wallows in the mud, rubbed its winter coat off on the willows.
Into the western wind of the Missouri.
And in the running season, we heard the herds miles away, coming towards the river.
Big Muddy and the clear sweet Yellowstone.
In the book of the Sioux, it is written, they have gone in the earth too high. Nothing will bring them out again, but the people dancing. Yo-ho, buffalo. My name is Yo-ho, buffalo. Now the USA, just like the buffalo, got a fence around the old home and the wandering ground.
So to the green, green room to run.
And all the great new children wanna run out west wild, the high and unknown places.
Country of imagination.
Too small a percent of this wild land left. Put aside the promise and the wilderness. Oh, yo, buffalo. My name is Yo Buffalo. Oh, yo, buffalo. My name is Yo Buffalo.
Little Missouri, huh?
Okay, I have to admit now, I have to admit, I stole that phrase from my two kids, Medora and Rowan. They were singing it in the back seat as I was driving through South Dakota. I've never paid them a damn cent in royalties either. You have one more song?
Yeah.
Fiddle tune, the October penny boom, the wind and the sweep over crumbs of the wood cake, pumpkins in the pie and the goose goes high. Thistle, thistle, penny whistle, play a J quick. There's a dance at the town hall later on tonight. There's a band from the big city come to play for money. You ever heard them play? You want to hear them play? They got a banjo, a flute, and a fiddle in the middle. Whiskey in the jar and the beer in the keg. Oh, it looks like rain, no work tomorrow anyway. Chance to wear your suit and your new brown shoes. The ladies will be waiting for a man who can dance. I'll be by to pick you up, we'll take the motor car. We ought to leave soon, be in town a little early. Have dinner at the hotel before the dance. Take a bath, get a shave and a shoe shine. Fiddle tune, the October penny moon, the wind and the sweep of the crumbs of the wood cake, pumpkins in the pie and the goose goes high. Thistle, thistle, penny whistle, play a jig quick. There's a dance at the town hall later on tonight. There's a band from the big city come to play for money. You ever heard them play? You want to hear them play? They got a banjo, a flute, and a fiddle in the middle. There's whiskey in the jar and there's beer in the keg. Oh, it looks like rain, no work tomorrow anyway. Chance to wear your suit and your new brown shoes. The ladies will be waiting for a man who can dance. I'll be by to pick you up, we'll take the motor car. We ought to leave soon, be in town a little early. Have dinner at the hotel before the dance. Take a bath, get a shave and a shoe shine. have been great. Not another one of these. Good night.
Warren Nelson, friends. And friends, Severin Behnen, Otis McLennan, Tom Mitchell, Jack Gunderson, and Ed Willet. Thank you so much, fellers.
Funding support for Tent Show Radio is provided by the Bayfield Inn. With 21 hotel rooms, over 25 vacation rentals, a lounge, on-site restaurant, and rooftop bar, there's something for you at the Bayfield Inn. More info at bayfieldinn.com. And by the Bayfield Chamber of Commerce, beautiful Bayfield and the Apostle Islands. You can tour sea caves and shop our galleries and stores on the shores of Lake Superior. Info and lodging at bayfield.org. And by the Cable Chamber of Commerce, Cable, Wisconsin, the gateway to Bayfield County, where world-class trails, forests, lakes, and adventure await. Visit cableforfun.com. That's cable, the number 4, FUN.com.
Well, folks, that's our show for tonight. Whether you beam it or stream it, we thank you for listening. We're as grateful as a guy who knows where the bulldozers are. We'd love it if you come on up Bayfield Way or down or over or through for a live show one day. Details always available at bigtop.org. You can visit me anytime at sneezingcow.com. Until next, we share the air. Remember, where I come from and here at Tent Show Radio, nobody ever says goodbye. They just say, well, I suppose.